direction.
Exactly. Now, the trust is built in these engagements. The moment we come to the community, have a number of engagements, make sure we share our contacts, make sure we talk to the people and tell them, no, look here. You see, someone thinks coming to the police, you need to come to the police to only report a crime or you've been reported. No. You can come and share with the police. You can even come to the police basically, mostly like our officers, the community policing officers, community affairs. You can come and share and tell me, is this, have this challenge, I would want. So if I know someone who can help out, I can advise and tell you, look, here is this person, I have, might be a lawyer, or I have a doctor, or I call them on. That's the relationship we need with the community.
And what is their response?
From where we have been moving, the response has actually gone better to better. At least I'm seeing people now responding to that. People can walk into the police station, come and say hello and do what they're doing, and they're comfortable. Yes, because we have a number of things. You'll find people coming to consult on us when they are purely, they could be civil matters, but because you've created that good rapport with them, they will come and you advise. And that's why we want to go, that the police force, you have your brothers, you have your children, you have your relatives there, and this force is meant to serve Ugandans. Okay. No one else. So why do you fear people who are supposed to serve you? Sure,
good question.
Yes, like you have someone working for you, but you don't want to go and tell them that, look here, this is wrong. But also, the approach matters. Yes. Make sure that you're very objective in the way you would want to bring out your issues, and we'll listen, and then have them handled. Yes.
Wow. Can we talk about the aspect of Neighborhood Watch?
Yes. It's actually, Neighborhood Watch is a very good system because it helps, one, from the community, people to even know each other. You see, we have lived in communities now because people have set up wall fences. People don't even, because those days, you'd find a whole village, there is no fence. You move from here, you go and pick firewood from the next neighbor, or pick salt, or even go for fire in the morning. Sure. But nowadays, it's not happening. So, you find people don't even know each other. They don't know who is, even people who are staying on the same rentals. You'll find some don't know even what the next neighbor does. Who is that person? Now, Neighborhood Watch comes in there, that we are supposed to be our neighbor's keepers. And you cannot be a neighbor's keeper when you don't know who the neighbor is. The first thing you need to know is know your neighbor. And don't only know that this is Gilbert. What does Gilbert do? Because you'll get surprised one time when you find that Gilbert is involved in crime. And yet he's your immediate neighbor. So you need to know. So that's why we're building the Neighborhood Watch. Then Neighborhood Watch now helps us to also come and give us a good compassion over how we can manage security. Obviously, if your neighbor's keeper, that means you will know. If your neighbor is not available, you will keep their place. You know, when you see something strange, you need to communicate. Neighbor, are you the one around or you're not the one? I have seen something strange here. If they attack your neighbor, can the other neighbors who are available also come in to help out? Have they informed the relevant authorities? Yes.
Okay, that's quite interesting. Last week we had a report of, I'm not certain of the district, but the house, there's a lady who had a house and it had a pit hole inside where they used to kill people from. And surprisingly, the landlady didn't know. But when the community members got to know, they stormed the house, put it down, and also went to the landlady, put their house down. I think that also calls for neighborhood watch, because the landlady didn't know what is happening in her premises, and yet it in the long run it is affecting her in the end.
Yeah, I think what you're saying would be right, but still, two wrongs don't make a right.
Yes.
By people stopping and putting down the house, going to the landlord also putting down the house is not also right, because that's also another way of committing crime. So you will end up being charged. It's like how you see people doing mob justice. Yes, the person is a thief, but are you using the right means to have this person go through the rightful means of justice? Yes. So when you commit another crime, you'll also be penalized. So, but still going back to the neighborhood watch is that it is very key. Because if the neighbors were keen enough and knew each other, meaning they would see something very strange. You say, no, when this person comes in at such a time, they close themselves inside the house, they come in with people, we don't see these people getting out. So you are very keen. And then this information doesn't stop with you. Let the information flow. The LOCs to the police. So that now, when you tell us, we shall also employ our systems. We employ our systems to start following up, detail per detail, until when we get there. We would not want to wait until enough crime has been committed, then we reach even at that level of putting down someone's house or even killing a person.
Sure.
Yes.
Maybe briefly, how about the aspect of privacy in neighborhood watch? People may not want to enter into their lives so much. They like putting boundaries.
No, the privacy. What you're doing inside your house is your privacy, right? But what we're looking at is safeguard. You are not available at home. You're not available at home. And your neighbor is around. Can your neighbor know what happens at your place? But now, if you're this person who is enclosed to themselves, you don't come out, you don't share, people will not even know, because they don't even know what time you get into your house.
Sure.
You don't even say hello. So they don't know a lot about you.
Okay.
So neighborhood watch calls for, that's why we're calling them Mayumba Kumi, just 10 households. 10 households will know each other very well. 10 households can even create a small defense committee for themselves. As you see, now, at such a time, the 4 of you will be awake.
Okay.
And do a small round. When you're going to sleep, the other 4 of us will also get up.
All right. Very interesting there. From Assistant Superintendent of Police, Gilbert Nyaika, giving us very wonderful insights. I hope you're making use of them. Anyway, we're going in for a very short break and return with more.
Issues at hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
Family TV, enriching lives. Family TV, enriching lives. This is Church of Uganda Family TV, enriching lives. Issues at hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
Yes, comfort and luxury at its best. That is Protea Hotel by Marriott in Entebbe. Wonderful place. Like I always mention, I should try out. It is heading to a weekend and you want to spend your weekend very, very comfortably. We are here with Assistant Superintendent Gilbert Nyaika, and we're discussing the police's capacity to foster a crime-free society. And yes, we have been discussing a number of issues. One most important thing is we also getting involved, the community majorly, so that we don't leave everything to the police. So, Afande, I want to ask you one question about the youth. We have seen last weekend I was we were at Luzira doing ministry with the Archbishop, and if you look through, the majority of the people there, they are not so old people, they are young people generally. So how have you gotten involved? And it is actually known everywhere, the majority of the crime committers or crime cases you find, it must be an involvement of a young person. So how are you involving the youth to distance themselves against crimes, like crime prevention? How are they being involved with the young people?
Actually, through our community engagements, we're trying actually to reach out to the young people, basically by talking to them. We do outreaches in schools. We have been doing outreaches in institutions of higher learning, so that we can talk to the young people. One, basically to show them even direction, do some guidance, counseling and guidance, and show them where they're supposed to be. Because many of them get taken up by the trends around, and they commit crimes without even knowing that they're committing crime. Like I was in one school, and I think these people, the students themselves found out that I think some of their fellow students were, I think, engaging in an act that was forbidden. So what they did, they came up, made a committee amongst themselves, a disciplinary committee, and decided to discipline these students. But in so doing, even these ones became rowdy. So at the end of the day, they almost put down the school. Almost burnt the school. So now, we were there to talk to them and show them, look here, what brings you to school? And even when you're at school, there's still leadership at school. And leadership is not only the administration, but starting from your student leaders. Your student leaders should be your first contact people. Contact person that you need is your student leader. Then from a student leader, you go ahead to the administration, and matters can be handled in-house. Maybe when it fails, then we can come in. So we have done these outreaches in schools. We talk to the young people. Even in the community, we have had a number of outreaches where we go and have engagements with them. And even with the partners that are there, whenever we have opportunities with the different partners that have young people, like Uganda Red Cross, the Uganda Scouts, the patriotism clubs. So those are good engagements for the young people, for us to actually go out, talk to them, and show them what is supposed to be done.
And I understand, Katwe, there could be a ghetto there. How do you engage such people? Because the community makes the ghetto to be a crime zone so much. How do you handle those people? And what are they exactly? Are they the crimes, the criminals we really think people do say, or it is a different story?
Not all ghettos have criminals, but it's just an assumption that everyone has that in a ghetto, you see, a place being called a ghetto is because of the living, the way people are living there, the style, the environment. So when people go to a place because you're going to jump, the drainage is not good, the houses are very funny, so they call them ghettos. But not all the people living in the ghetto are bad people. Though some people take advantages of these ghettos to think that since we are staying in a ghetto, it's our own world. But we have reached out to the ghettos. I think if you've been following, actually one of our directors, Afande Damulida, has been at the top of that,
Yes, sure.
where he has been engaging with the ghetto people. I would give an example of us in Katwe. We have been engaging with them. We have monthly meetings with them where they also go and do Bulungi
Wow.
community work. We've been doing with that with a team in Salama, in a place called Kosovo. We have another in Luwafu, Katwe Wansi, and they have been doing meaningful engagements. That even when we have those monthly community engagements with them, then we sit down and talk. They also share with us their challenges, where they need help. So where they need help, we also try to connect them to the relevant authorities. And of late, they have been part of the groups that are benefiting from funds from government in terms of skilling. Even after the skilling, trying to give them a few businesses here and there so that they improve their lives. Basically improve their lives. So as they are trying to improve their lives, they also improve the ghetto. So you walk to a ghetto and find a very smart gentleman. Because people think that when you go to the ghetto, you'll find very dirty people. The life there is very funny. So now, the life in the ghetto has been associated with crime, which might not be true. Not everyone you'd see in the ghetto that when you go there, then you say, I found they arrest all these people. No. You'll find that even there are those, because they are struggling with life, they have failed to make it at a certain point. So they are trying to fidget here and there. So that's why they're staying there. He cannot manage renting a house of 100,000. But there is a house of 20,000. So that's his life. So we go there to talk to them, try to see how they can be helped, skilled here and there, so that he can change his life. At the moment he changes his life, meaning even where the one who was thinking of going to steal or snatch someone's phone will not, because they will be busy.
Sure.
He's busy, he has gone in the morning, he has been in the whole workshop trying to work in a fabrics place, so he comes back very tired, he needs to rest. Because he has another day tomorrow to work. And he sees he's at least with some meaningful employment.
Wow.
Yes.
Very important there. So what is in the fight against crime in the police's capacity? What is the contribution of the public? How is the public supposed to cooperate to have a crime-free society?
Yes. You see, the public, some people, members of the public, have tended to leave security basically to us, the law enforcers.
That's true.
Thinking, no, but security starts with us. At whatever level you are, security starts with you. One, you should also keep, if I have my phone, I should be able to keep my phone safe. I'll not go holding it because I know police is there. Let me, even if I leave it there and walk away, police is jaku. No.
Sure.
You need to also have security. Security starts with you. Then it spreads out. Then away from that, people think that now the forces are well facilitated, but where you need to be as a community, I have been in communities that are supporting police. Where government has not yet come in, and you think you have space, and because there are people who have gone ahead, provided us land, and say, no, we want police to have accommodation. That's already good support. I've seen communities like in Salama, the community has gone ahead to help the police in building up structures for them to be accommodated.
Wow.
They have even gone ahead where need be and they need some transport. They have gone to provide. It doesn't mean that you'll say, no, these ones are already fully facilitated. But you're trying to also have a brick onto the building, the security building. So you're saying, let's support the police, so that the police moves on to do its work well.
Okay.
And this is where even the responsibility of us, or our role of coming back to give feedback, we come back because you are our bosses, you as a community.
Okay.
And you as the bosses, you need to also support us in doing this job. Yes.
All right. Let's talk about the challenges you're facing while ensuring to have a crime-free society as the force.
Yes. The challenges we are facing is basically we have some fragile communities where you find there are people who intentionally don't want to hear anything about police. So, but when they have issues, they run back to police. They forget that we cannot do away with the police. We need the police. The police should be available to support its citizens. So you find we have people who intentionally are just, they don't want to associate with the police. So that becomes a challenge, because when we come back and we're trying to find information, trying to work through, we need you as a person. So if I come to the community to gather some information and you hide away the information from us because you don't want to associate with us, it becomes a big challenge for us to penetrate. Because fighting crime is not an individual thing. Fighting crime should be a joint effort, both us in security and the community that we're serving. That whatever you've seen, if you have cameras at your place and you have captured crime taking place around that area, please avail us that information. If you have seen someone do something, please avail us that information, so that it helps us on our investigations. It helps us on breaking through, because you see, when we are getting to take some of these people to court for prosecution, it becomes hard when you don't have enough information, because it's not availed. And even when you're trying to find it, there are people who are still refusing to give it to you. So at the end of the day, the same criminals are again released back to the society, to the community, again to terrorize them. So we need that joint effort. The public and us. The public should play that role and make sure that they give us the necessary information that is needed. Give us the necessary support by communicating on time. You see, people will keep on telling you, police delays, but someone, you'll ask them, do you have, I've been in some meetings where I ask even, do you have the number of your chairman LC1? And you'll even not find half of them having it. You ask them, do you have the number of your area police, the OC? People don't have it. Even those that you'll share the number today, but go back tomorrow and they don't have it. Either they didn't save it, or someone thinks another person, I will call so and so to give it to me. So now, when you have an incident in your area, that means the person has to first call someone else, mpaka number ya OC. Then the person will either, by the time you're calling them, they pick up. Remember, it might be even late hours. Someone takes another 5 minutes to pick you. The time they pick you to share with you the number, the time you again call the OC. So you'll find time has elapsed.
Sure.
The criminals have already taken off. Then we also have issues on whenever there is a crime that has happened, having people to come and give you, cooperate and give you statements. For everything, if you have reported the issue at police, it's done. But how will prosecution take place when we don't have that? We don't have evidence. We don't have witnesses. So we need people to come. It's not only, it doesn't only stop at reporting the crime. Please avail us your statement. Please, let's have witnesses cooperate with us and give us their statements also. If there's any evidence or exhibits available, please let us know so that we can attach. And when you need it, please avail yourself. You get? Then the other thing is on how scenes of crime are being managed. Because I'll tell you that you're talking about advancement. We have this advancement that when we come, we can do fingerprint. We can do blood swaps, and our laboratory will give us results completely, and they will be available. But now the problem is how we manage the scenes. They come and rob someone's place, or there's an incident that has happened, the whole village has already swarmed into the place. They have touched here. Now when we come, by the way, when you look at our the canine, our dogs, we have the best. I do not want to, I want to put it clear here for people to know that when you go to Zambia, you will find out these dogs are superb. You bring it on the scene, it will indeed take you to the person. But now the problem is how we manage the scene. Everyone comes, then they say, hey, Pambi, bad beer, TV, but they want to, they're already touching the place.
Okay.
They have tampered with everything. Now, how we manage the scene is very key. So I'd want to put it that our people should also learn how to manage scenes. When an incident has happened, please make sure you, until police comes. Because if not, we shall end up at the neighbor's place. Then you're the same person. Ah, no, it is me who called him in the morning to, when the issue happened, I called him. So, managing scenes is very key. The quick response from us also should come in with also communication, quick communication. And let the communication come to the rightful people. You have the number of the OC. Why do you want to first call Chairman LC1?
They even first call their relatives.
Why are you calling the Chairman LC1? It is not bad because he's the chairman of security. But now we want the action person to first get the information. Because the OC has manpower, he has men, he will bring on the scene to immediately look for these people, to hunt them down. Then he will need to communicate for us to get the canine to come on ground, for us to get the scene of crime officer on ground. So first employ that. Let's first reach out to the rightful person. Then from there, we also involve chairman to help us with the Omuigo, with the defense teams to support, and the other community people.
Wow, very interesting.
Yes.
I think that is very important message for you people to really take on, because it is important when it comes to the response you are supposed to get. Do not just blame police. How you respond as well matters a lot. You should immediately, when something happens, just immediately call. Do not first wait to call the other so and so, or my friend, or this one, and all that. So it matters. you should blame yourself first before blaming these people. Well, I find our time is fast spent. I would love you give us your last remarks in regards to today's discussion.
One, I want to thank Family TV and its management for always hosting us as the Uganda Police Force to give, this is more of an accountability back to the people we serve, and also share information for them to understand some of these things. But also to the community, we also want you to also engage with the police. Please, the police is here to serve you. If you don't come up and engage with us, we may fail to pick on a few information that is needed. But we ask you to always engage with the police and do the rightful things. But still, I would want to also wind up with the demonstrations that are happening. We have moved on from work to Parliament. Now we have traders. By law, you have a right to demonstrate peacefully. But also, as you have that right, you should also follow the laws. You see, your right should also not step onto some other person's right. So, when you're going to demonstrate, are you following the rightful? Because now, when you see when people are blaming police, but us as the police, like, mandate is to keep law and order, to protect lives and property. Now, I am telling you that where you are going, you're going to disorganize people's businesses. You are going to create commotion. We may lose lives. And you insist and say that's where we want to go. You get? Now, me as my mandate that has been given to me by the Constitution of Uganda, I am supposed to follow that. I look at the majority, protect the majority. You get me? So we are not stopping anyone that no one has stopped you from doing your demonstration, but follow the rightful means, follow the laws as guided. I think David, the president, was very clear. You find a day, if you know that such and such a day, you don't have people who have not worked, this area shops are not there, you can do your march because you're not going to entangle. Because most times when we have these demonstrations, now, the thugs are there planning on how they will come and loot people's property. For you think you're doing the rightful thing, but there are those who are planning to come and disorganize and do something else. So us, we cannot look on and say that this is okay.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much. That is Assistant Superintendent of Police Gilbert Nyaika, the Community Division Liaison Officer from Katwe, and I hope you have had wonderful insights from his discussion. Please take much interest in what we always discuss here. Most importantly, what they bring for us here. My name is Luke Majumba Alinaitwe, and I want to wish you a lovely day. We are powered by Protea Hotel by Marriott in Entebbe.
Issues at hand, powered by